Montez at midday. Montez at midday. I want to talk to you. Yeah. Montez at midday. How's everybody doing on this Wave Back Wednesday edition of the show? St. Louis Organics presents Montez at midday. How's everyone doing? And Happy New Year to you out there, everyone. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year to you, good people. How we doing out there, good people? This is Dre Montez, aka Hancock. First Wednesday show of the new year. Hello, 2023. Sorry for delay, but we had to do some things. Sorry for the delay, but we had to do some things. But hey, we're here. We showed up, and we got some things to talk about for sure. But again, Happy New Year to everyone out there. Big change in weather in one day. Big change in weather in one day. Shout out to my Kentucky Wildcats already in the building. Way to handle it. Way to handle it. Way to handle it. I don't care how meaningful it is to you. It meant a lot to me, us winning that game last night. So, yeah, way to go. Kentucky, for sure. We got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. Those hugs feel amazing. No, they're very therapeutic. Those hugs are very, very, very therapeutic. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my Aunt Francella. Happy birthday to your Aunt Fran out there in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Hope you're enjoying your birthday. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. Whatever it may be, life, appreciation, job opportunity. You got a vehicle. You can go to and from with no issues. Be proud of that. Own the moment, attack the day, huh? Isn't that what they tell us? Isn't that what they tell us? Isn't that what they tell us? And our pillars of the day, we're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you, and laugh. That laughter, you know how I feel about laughing, guys. We know how I feel about laughing. I think closing out the year, we did some of the best laughing I think we've done in quite some time. So I appreciate all of the laughter that we did to close out the year and also to bring the new year in, for sure. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. There are several ways you can follow the show. The easiest is to go to the website. It'll give you pretty much links to all of our sponsors as well as locations you can listen to the show or watch the show by going to DreMontez.com. It's www.DreMontez.com. Check it out today. Get you pretty caught up on myself, the show, a little bit of history. How did we get to this point? All that is on there for you for sure to check out. Also, you can follow us on our Who's to Blame page on Facebook, as well as our Who's to Blame page on Instagram. It's Who's to Blame the podcast on Instagram, on Twitter at W2B Dre Montez, YouTube, like and subscribe our page, Dre Montez. We'll get you caught up on everything because right now we're simultaneously across Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for sure. But this show here, Montez at midday. Got a lot of things we're going to bring to you in this first month of 2023. I'm looking forward to the guests that we're bringing on this month. I'm really excited about all of them. I think they have an array of experience, possibilities. They all path to their progress and their own personal story and what they're working on today in and around the St. Louis area. Pretty much for sure right there. That's where we're at, good people. I didn't know this until over the past few days. When the new year starts, there are new laws out there. There are new provisions, there are new ordinance, there are things of that nature. We're getting yingling here in this area, and we got recreational marijuana in this area. Some people don't feel as good about the both, but I'm excited about yingling. Very excited about yingling. I didn't know that you need a government-issued ID in the state of Louisiana to watch Pornhub. In the state of Louisiana, you need a government-issued ID to watch Pornhub. Okay. January 3rd, 1973. January 3rd, 1973. Way back in time. All the days of yesteryear. Oh, I was a lad then. But in 1973, George Steinbrenner bought the Yankees for $10 million. Look where we're at now. Hello, America. Look at what the Yankees' value is now. For $10 million in 1973. Now, I'm quite sure there are more impressive numbers out there in an initial investment of something on where it's at now. But I'm just thinking of what that team went through, all that hell and bullshit, the moves and maneuvers he pulled off in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, what he did to where that team is at now. Now, they're not winning the days of yesteryear anymore due to the competition level. But what they're paying athletes now, and you could have bought a Major League Baseball team for $10 million in 1973. And I tell you, in 2023, here's going to be the average salary of a Major League Baseball player. You wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't believe me. Okay, folks, we got to have this talk again. Grown people with kids. I'm talking babies ages 2 years old to 7 years old. I saw a report this morning on the national stage about how many kids have been admitted to the emergency room in recreational marijuana state areas. It's at an alarming high rate. These kids are eating the edibles. Look, make sure you're putting your edibles away out of the reach of the kids. Don't let the kids know your language. I know 2-year-olds that can operate an iPhone. So they can read on that package if it's marijuana or not, if it's an edible. So be careful what you're putting out there in front of your kid. Let's be safe and watch out for these babies. Watch out for these babies for sure. Watch out for these babies. Okay. Seattle hosted the Winter Classic, and they get to host the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Well, I know I'm probably going to go a little long on this conversation on what happened Monday night in the NFL. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about health in sports is now. Now is the time. It really is. It's at a rate right now. The data is there. There's no more excuses. You can't hide anymore. We got to have this talk. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break and come back after a word from my sponsor, MountainManScrub.com. Be right back with more. St. Louis Organics presents Montez at Midday.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Welcome back, good people. Welcome back to the show. If you haven't heard, Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. The NBA is going wild with all these high-scoring games. Every night there's been somebody very impressive. Shout out to the old man, LeBron James. Or as I like to call him, Delroy Lindo. On his birthday, what a shine. I couldn't tell who was his mom or daughter at the game Friday night. I couldn't tell who was who. I need clarification. I couldn't tell who was who. Who was Gloria and who was Savannah. I couldn't tell. Couldn't tell it all. Couldn't tell it all. You got Clay going off. You had Steph going off this month. You've had Kyrie doing some incredible things. KD even got in on that. Wait a minute. KD got a haircut. KD got a haircut. Did anybody see that? Impressive itself right there. Then you had Donovan Mitchell from Louisville. But in these high-scoring games, individual outputs, Luka got off last month as well. These individual outputs, the Greek freak, are they good for the game? All these, he scored 71 points. They barely won. They barely won. And you look at OKC last night, scoring 150 points. Look at the point differential. Look at how they spread the ball out between everybody. Right now, they just out here just shooting and running, I do believe. Shooting and running is what we're going to call it. Shooting and running. Exciting for the NBA, though. Exciting for the NBA. We're not going to deep dive into it. I don't have expert analysis. I don't have no data right here. I just have common sense of what I see and what I think and what I want to talk about. And that is Monday Night Football, the game between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. We know what happened. If you don't, you can find it. There's no need to share the video. After the fact, you get a chance to judge everything around you. When it happened, and the 12 hours after that, it was kind of wild. It was emotional. You can pray. There was more thought. There was sportsmanship. There was concern. There was outreach. There were so many questions in those first 12 hours after it happened. Then as Tuesday morning went on, now other people are chiming in on what they saw and what they believe. The initial response with people, was that the right thing to say? Was that the right thing to do? Did you really want to compliment the first responders and the CPR team over the player safety, a player concern? Did you really want to talk about the game matchup other than the player concern? Did you want to talk about the hit other than the player safety, or just talking about the real concern of the player and the sport itself? The NFL has come up under heavy criticism in the treatment of players in some time. More and more data has come out, especially when it comes to the health concerns of the players after they're done playing football. I'm talking about when they're done playing football. There's concerns on who takes care of them, the financial responsibility. Should it be more on the guaranteed contracts in the NFL? Would that be the mitigating factor? Well, there has to be qualifications for that. They want to be right away because your benefits don't kick in up to, I don't believe to 4 years. Young man that got hurt's only been in the league for 2 years. He got $160,000 up front. He makes $825,000. What he's about to go through, that's not enough. Doesn't qualify for anything. He hasn't been in the league long enough. We heard the term before from the NFL and from players on national TV, we'll take care of you. But behind the scenes, they're not taking care of the players. I know we boo, we yell, we buy jerseys, we go to games, we travel, we get into heavy debates. We cuss them out for a performance on fantasy football, whether they produce or not. In the end, yes, it's just a game. It's a very, very dangerous game that there are ramifications for once you're done playing. The proof has been in the pudding. Every time there's a Hall of Fame ceremony, I'm looking at the background at players that left the game 5-10 years ago, and it's not looking good. Their mindset changes around the house. They've made movies about this that the NFL has denied. But when it comes to the concern about athletes, where is it? We know you worked for the NFL owners, but when can you speak for the players? Who's going to speak for the players? It seems like the NFLPA only steps in when it benefits them. When it comes to an investigation, they have their own police force. They have their own doctors. They have their own neurologists. They have everything they need for themselves. The NFL is its own entity itself. You cannot fight the NFL and win. So how can the NFL and the players, when it comes to player concern and health after the game, to get the conversation to the point of guaranteed contracts to ensure the health of these players after the game? Because it's looking to me, once they get out of you what they need, it's a wrap. When your numbers decline, it's a wrap. When you get close to that time of service of getting that money, there's somebody watching that number, watching that line. When you're involved in a sport that makes money off of numbers, of course they're going to hire somebody to read between the numbers and the lines to find a definitive value of you. So the upper hand can't just be the bag anymore. The upper hand has to be, when I get done with this game, I want enough to be in the bag. I don't have to worry about getting another bag of health. You can't play this sport and expect everything to be okay 10, 15 years after you get done playing the ball. There's too much data out there. I'm not saying this young man, Mr. Hamlin, can't walk away from this with no problems, but it's been rare and far between that has happened. This is constant medical care and look after. Since it happened, there's been so many stories, so many data reports come out from neurologists who have been through this before. And the stages are very, very critical. He's at the very critical point. The NFL should not be having a talk with the scheduling committee right now. The NFL should be really trying to put together a board that really wants to speak on the behalf of the players that's about to be on that exit strategy. I bet that's on the mind of anybody that's been in the league less than 4 years and more than 4 years, of what's going to happen to me if something happens to me. Is the league going to take care of me? And the league has made enough money off of players and television revenue, stadium ticket sales. You name it, they've made it. There's not a losing owner out there right now. If it is, we got to find his wife or ex-wives. There's not one owner in the negative when it comes to actual income. Not one. I don't understand why they don't want to have the discussion of the guaranteed contract. Could it be the fact that the majority of the owners are past that age where they knew how hard they had to work to earn that dollar, but the dollar value has changed on them? They don't understand that conversation today. It's like a person that's worked for everything they had. They don't understand only $20. They don't get that. They don't get that idea. Why do you need $20? There's ways you can go get that $20. So the owners that have that mentality, they need a go-between to break this down to its purest form. Like, look, our players are in health risk danger during playing time, after playing time. What are we going to do? We can't strike. There's too much hunger out there. Somebody want to go get their shot in NFL. It's not about boycotting the NFL. It's about listening. Listening. Again, Roger Goodell says it all the time. I work for the owners of the league. We get that. But there's something you have to be in control of, have matter into, where you can voice a panel, a discussion, a dialogue about guaranteed safeties in the NFL. Every week we go through this. Somebody has been severely injured. Look at the injury list this year in the NFL. And I'm not just talking about gluteal contusions, back spasms. No, serious injuries have been had this year. But the NFL doesn't want to hear it because they have their own data. If I know I played NFL and I went to the team doctor 10 times, I went to my own doctor 5 times, that's 15, right? But the NFL is going to say, well, we only have him down for 10 times. They're not including your outside guy. If it's not through them, it doesn't matter. As much as I love this game, I don't like what's going on behind the scenes. I don't like it at all. It's disturbing. The more and more information that you're allowed to find, and you find somebody that played in the league that's not afraid to tell you what they went through. The peel line on the plane. Come on now. All these people on Roger Goodell, NFL, all these people on. We just want open dialogue and the truth about player safety and health concerns moving forward with the NFL. what has happened the past 10 years should lead to you to have the discussion. Look, this thing is real. They all can't be lying. You mean to tell me this many people come in the league with a hereditary issue? That you're blaming their family, bloodline on their issue, other than the NFL. Okay. I've been called a liar a million times. Probably more than that. I've been married 4 times. But this is a blatant lie what the NFL is trying to do. They don't want to talk about the big picture, the elephant in the room. You want to talk about scheduling? Scheduling, conflict resolution of scheduling, 18 weeks. Playing in London, playing in Germany, playing in Mexico. But you don't want to talk about the main issue to make sure all this shit work, the players. Okay. There's so many different platforms to play the game on now. It's not just the NFL anymore. But I wonder those other leagues worried about you when you get done with the league as well. The American Legions, Indoor, Arena, the XFL, the USFL. What are the player concerns for the athlete once they get done? When you're done with them, are you taking care of them? Is there any sport that really looks out for the players when they get done? Even the ones that we call GOATs, they're great. They're this. Do they really take care of them? They don't. I bet they take better care of people in the NFL executive offices that have retired and NFL Hall of Fame execs that have retired than they have taken care of people who have played in the NFL less than 4 years or retired. I bet you that have. I guarantee that. I guarantee they've done that. But they don't want to have that discussion. You want to, I get it. Nobody wants to get caught in a lie in front of everybody when everybody knew you were lying in the first place. See, that's what makes it okay. Sometimes common sense come into place. The wrong people are talking for these people. And these are former players, but they've been washed by the system to believe a certain thing now. How you change your whole belief system on injuries now that you work in the office? Because you got a jacket and a tie on, a company house, a personal car. You had all that shit as a player. But now it's different. Now you don't believe what you see on film. Now you don't believe with your own eyes. You know the eye test better than anybody, former players, than somebody that has never played the game but went to college, learned about the law, how to write a contract, because they work in the office. They get more privileges than you. It doesn't make sense to me. I knew the NFL was powerful, but they're powerful and disrespectful. You're talking about a slap in the face. Come on. When you break it down to its purest form, the NFL does not take care of its players. They treat you well when you're playing. Oh, get on over here. Get on over here. Go on over there. Get on over. Bring your family. Come on down. Come on the yacht. Get your family and friends. Get on the yacht. Go out with an injury. Don't let the numbers produce anymore. Show interest outside of football in front of them. He got to go. He got to go. Yeah. So can you imagine if you get hurt and you need constant medical attention? They have changed the pension plan. They have changed everything the players get that have that time of service, the money they used to get. Remember the grievance lawsuit that they settled? That was the NFL own investigative team. They don't care about the outside laws. They have their own laws, they own police, they own judges. They have everything they own. They control this whole thing. But we have to find a way to get through their head. Guaranteed contracts with us. This is way beyond a Jerry Maguire, Dorothy, who's coming with. This has to be a real discussion at the next meetings you guys get to. Damn a relocation committee. Damn a scheduling committee. Damn that. We get Jimmy down the street to figure out NFL schedule from his iPhone and his smart TV. He can do it the next 5 years. So now we've negated that. We know what the next 3 Super Bowls going to be. So there's no discussion. Jay-Z, do your job. Get on the entertainment. Now, do we have time and the people available to talk about guaranteed schedules? Why it doesn't make sense and why it does make sense. That needs to be on the table. All this love we give to the game and to the players, why doesn't the league do that? We love the players more sometimes than their own damn family. And the league only loves you as you're getting ready to get put on one of these teams. As long as the lights are on and you're part of it, that's the only time the applause is there. But as soon as it's about to get a little dim, the treatment changes. The care, the love, the respect. It's like the window. How can the NFL get better at player treatment? As you as a fan, I think every fan of every team should contact the team they support. Not anything hateful. Real simple to the point. Guaranteed contracts. Player safety. Thank you. Who you are, send. That's it. No cussing, no bleeping, no photos, nothing about Monday night. But let's get on their head on what needs to be done. Contact each and every, matter of fact, we're going to take this across the board. Every sports franchise needs to be on board with this. We've seen how they treat soccer players, football players. It's not good. And the more and more stories come out, there's going to be more and more data. More and more videos are going to come out. More and more stories are going to come out. More and more concern where it should be at. This is not what we signed up for, NFL. Come on, man. We got a good thing here going. We need to fix this now. Now. This is the year it gets fixed. Right now. The attention needs to be shifted. I didn't think it was a big deal going to 18 games. Playing overseas. I'm thinking of the exposure, the globalization of the game, but right behind me, something awful was going on. They don't care about the players. They don't care. I think I got out the restaurant industry at the same time. At that moment, I knew that they didn't care about us. Oh, all they cared about was profit. Oh, it's time to go. Oh, it's time to go. Oh, it's time to get up out of here. Time to go. It's not that easy with the NFL. It's not that easy. These kids have worked too hard to get to this spot. But the treatment is so unfair. And I wish the NFL would realize that one day. I hope it doesn't take another Hamlin story to get the NFL's attention. Because in the real world, it always affects someone who's afraid to make the decision until it affects a loved one of theirs. Then it gets real. I don't know how can it get real enough for the NFL. One of their own, several of their own have been injured and nothing is going on. Nothing. What can we do, NFL? Let us know. Just a concerned fan of the Denver Broncos. That's all I am. Concerned fan. And I want to reciprocate it, Give me back what I put into this. And I think I've put in quite enough. Discussions, conversations, attending games, paraphernalia, fees, whether it be to watch the game, whatever it may be. I think we all have done our part with that. And we're just saying in return, show us some love. Show us some love, for sure. But I want to thank you guys for tuning into today's show of of Montez at Midday, presented to you by St. Louis Organics, located at 8088 Watson Road. Check them out. When you go by there, say Happy New Year. And Dre Montez. So that's a stop on by. For kids, boys, and girls, and children of all ages, again, my apologies for the late start today. Had to take care of some things. And shout out to my cousin Courtney, by the way. Font Barnes Zone, Player of the Week, averaged a double-double, career high in rebounds, 15. Gone, cuz Courtney White. Booyah! She shoots the goose egg, baby. Until next time, kids, I holla. Peace. Montez at midday. Montez at midday. I wanna talk to you. Yeah. Montez at midday. Montez at midday. I wanna talk to you.